This video aims to provide a better understanding of what it means to be an empath and how empaths differ from regular individuals in their approach to human interactions. 1. The foremost aspect of being an empath is possessing a deep understanding of empathy. As an empath, you comprehend the true essence of empathy, unlike those who view it as a superhuman ability, akin to mind reading. Some individuals boast about their empathetic capabilities not out of genuine concern for others, but to satisfy their desire to feel exceptional. However, authentic empaths do not require accolades or extraordinary powers, as they are aware that empathy is both a blessing and a burden. The complexity of the human emotion, empathy, is well established. As defined in the Encyclopedia of Social Psychology, it involves comprehending the experiences of another individual by immersing yourself in their situation. Essentially, empathy allows you to see the world through another person's eyes by putting yourself in their shoes. The intriguing aspect of empathy is that it is a feeling experienced by almost everyone. On a daily basis, most people encounter varying degrees of empathy in their interactions with others. Many of us have had moments of empathy, such as recognizing the discomfort of a mailman delivering in the heat or empathizing with a mother wrangling a toddler in a grocery store. These experiences demonstrate that we have all exercised empathy in some form or another. However, what distinguishes empaths from others is their heightened emotional potential and sensitivity. They experience emotions more intensely and have a natural inclination to identify with their surroundings. This fundamental difference alters how empaths engage with people, places, and ideas, setting them apart from the broader population. At times, the heightened sense of empathy that empaths possess can enable them to forge meaningful connections with others or gain insight into their own emotional state. However, on other occasions, it can lead to recklessness, anxiety, or sheer exhaustion. It's important to acknowledge that empathy is neither a skill to be flaunted nor a supernatural power. Instead, empaths are simply sensitive individuals whose emotions can often overpower them. If you can relate to this experience, then you just may be one of them. 2. The second crucial aspect of understanding empaths is recognizing that environments encompass more than just physical spaces. Each environment possesses its own unique ambience, attitude, and energy level, eliciting various emotions. For instance, some environments are serene and tranquil, fostering emotions such as peace and comfort. Conversely, loud and disordered settings can provoke stress, fear, and concern. Empaths have an innate ability to sense the emotional atmosphere of a space the moment they step inside, matching their own mood and energy to that of the environment. This happens because empaths have a tendency to absorb and reflect their surroundings, even if these reflections can be overwhelming. 3. The third and equally essential feature of empaths is their role as a source of support. Do people often seek your counsel? It's no coincidence that empaths are known for being outstanding listeners, as they genuinely care about what others have to say. Empaths take the time to comprehend individuals' difficulties and relate to their hardships. Although this behavior may come naturally to empaths, it's rare to find someone who provides such support and validation. Empaths, however, distinguish themselves from other good listeners by their active involvement in the conversation. They don't merely sit there silently nodding and smiling. Rather, they actively engage and strive to respond in meaningful ways. Empathy is distinct from sympathy in significant ways. While most attentive individuals are sympathetic listeners, they remain outside observers. They lend an ear to your story and may be touched by your account, but they do not engage with it on a deeply personal level. Empaths, on the other hand, take on the perspective of the person sharing their experience. They place themselves inside, looking out, attempting to understand precisely how the experience feels. Empaths internalize the experiences of others, allowing them to be genuinely impacted by them. Regrettably, empathic listening can be a substantial emotional burden, particularly for empaths. They become so engrossed in the lives of others that it depletes their energy and leaves them emotionally overwhelmed. If you are an empath, it is crucial to be mindful of your boundaries. By all means, support your friends and offer them the assistance they require, but remember to prioritize your emotional well-being. You cannot be their rock or sounding board all the time, or else you risk becoming entangled in their problems, neglecting your own in the process. 4. Empaths often engage in the practice of mental simulation, imagining how their lives could have turned out if different choices were made. They ask themselves thought-provoking questions such as, what if I grew up in a different family? Or what if I had different friends in school? These queries are a way to mentally simulate different life scenarios and understand what it would be like to walk in someone else's shoes. Mental simulations are a common method used by humans to develop empathy before fully understanding another person's experiences. To fully understand and empathize with someone, you have to put yourself in their shoes and imagine what their life is like. This involves creating a mental simulation of their world, envisioning their experiences, and feeling empathy for their struggles. It's similar to daydreaming about different possibilities and scenarios, which allows you to explore new perspectives and gain a better understanding of the world around you. These imaginative simulations are a powerful tool for building empathy and connecting with others, even if those others are purely fictional. 5. Empaths tend to form close relationships with the people in their lives, with their friendships being more intimate and emotional. They are interested in connecting with people on a deeper level, wanting to learn about their likes, dislikes, and experiences that have shaped them as individuals. Empaths cherish the little moments that define someone's character and show that they truly know and appreciate their friends. Due to this, empaths tend to have a small number of close friendships instead of constantly searching for new ones. 6. Empaths often experience what's known as emotional resonance, a phenomenon discussed in a 2009 study featured in the journal Emotion. This study reveals that other people's emotions can set off a chain reaction within an empath's mind. It starts with the empath assessing how the other person is feeling, through basic questions like are they happy or sad? Once the empath's brain identifies an emotion, it prompts a response that's tied to their own emotional representation. According to a study published in the journal Emotion in 2009, empaths experience emotional resonance, which is triggered by other people's emotions. Essentially, when an empath encounters someone who is feeling a certain way, they mentally project themselves into that emotional state and imagine what it would be like to feel that way. This projection then activates the empath's own emotional state to resonate with the emotional state they imagine for the other person. In other words, they match the emotions of those around them. If this is a common experience for you, you may be an empath. 7. Living as an empath can be challenging due to the emotional burden it carries. Despite this, many empaths are happy and healthy individuals. But why is that? A 2009 study on emotional resonance sheds some light. Researchers found that empathy increases well-being over time. Even though empaths experience extreme emotional highs and lows, they report greater satisfaction than the average person. This could be due to the fact that they find more meaning in their lives. They discover emotional depth in the smallest things, such as casual conversations or passing glances. If you're someone who sees meaning in everything, you may be an empath. 8. In the world of empaths, there's a common trait known as reckless giving. It's when they give more than they can afford, whether it's time, money, or resources. These individuals often get caught up in the emotions of a story or cause, and do everything in their power to assist, even if it means overcommitting themselves. While this trait may seem admirable, it can become a disaster in practice. Empaths may struggle to know when to stop, and as a result, their giving can become unsustainable and may end up burdening someone else. 9. If you are someone who is easily affected by the words and actions of others, then you may be an empath. People with empathic traits are often described as being too sensitive, reacting to even the smallest of things with strong emotions. This intense sensitivity can be both a gift and a curse, as it allows empaths to deeply connect with others, but also puts them at risk of being hurt by the slightest criticism or rejection. So, if you find that you get emotionally triggered easily and are often told that you're too sensitive, then you may have empathic tendencies. 10. Empaths are sensitive to the emotions of those around them, and negative people can have a particularly strong impact on their well-being. This is because empaths often absorb the emotions of those they spend time with, and being around negative individuals can have a profound effect on their outlook. Unfortunately, empaths may be more susceptible to the influence of toxic people, as their intense emotions and volatile nature can be alluring, even if they ultimately cause stress and drain the empath's energy. 11. Empaths' tendency to stand up for others in need. Empaths tend to be the first ones to get involved because they can understand and feel the struggles of others. This was discovered in a study published in the journal Motivation and Emotion in 1990. Empathetic individuals have a strong response to emotions like distress, and while others may simply watch, empaths are more likely to take action. 12. As an empath, you likely have a strong desire to help others, but it's important to set boundaries for yourself to avoid getting carried away. Many empaths find it helpful to set firm time limits on their giving and make sure to carve out some time for themselves. This may mean setting a specific number of hours per week that you can devote to others, or making sure to take at least a few hours for personal time each day. By setting these limits, you can prevent yourself from overextending and ensure that you have enough time to take care of your own needs as well. 13. Empaths require time alone to reflect and process their thoughts without any external distractions. Without these moments of solitude, empaths may become overwhelmed and prone to making impulsive decisions based on emotions rather than rational thinking. However, taking some alone time can be a great way to relax and reset, allowing empaths to logically evaluate their priorities and make decisions with a clear head. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you like the content and want to see more videos like this, and as always, never stop the grind.